I am a creative person, or that's what I try to be. It's a title that many people have given me over the years. The problem is that recently I haven't been feeling that way. I've struggled my whole life with having ideas swirling around in my head, but never making them a reality. I'll work on something for an hour, for a few days, or even a week, but I always get bored, distracted, or disgusted at my skill level. I get stuck in this loop of drawing and creating so I can get better, only to stop drawing and creating because I'm not as good as I want to be. I know, insane. But that's what happens. More and more frequently, I get sudden bursts of motivation after seeing some cool post, or watching a cool show or movie, and then I'll draw every day for 2 hours for about a week. And then something will come up, or a thought will creep in, whispering something like, "Who do you think you are? You're just pretending. Why even bother? You might as well stop before you embarrass yourself." And so on. I guess that's what they call imposter syndrome. But I think it's also a problem of depending on riding that creative high, that blaze of inspiration. But the hotter the fire, the quicker those little twigs of motivation burn up, resulting in me filling my trash can with balls of crumpled up paper. Because I'm not as good as someone who's been drawing as a job for literally longer than I've been alive. It's stupid. And that's the thing. I know my thinking is faulty, and I know it's illogical. I've read books, and I've watched videos about motivation and creativity. I've listened to podcasts. I know mentally what I need to do. I just struggle to put it into practice. The analogy I would give is that it's like having two people inside me fighting to see who gets to control me that day. Like I'm some kind of organic mech and they're the pilots. When I was younger, I watched this old cartoon Hulk show. I think they called it The Incredible Hulk. Later on, I forget how, but Bruce Banner develops another Hulk that he transforms into sometimes. The point is, every time he was about to, quote-unquote, Hulk out, these two versions would have a little fight. A fight inside his brain, and whoever won would be the Hulk he transformed into. And that's what it feels like. Some days I'm on fire, and the next, I wonder why I even bother. I hate this seemingly endless loop. I hate it so much that I decided to make this video. Because maybe, and just maybe, someone watching this is going through the same issues and the same battle with yourself. So, maybe we can help each other. Maybe we can keep each other accountable. And for that reason, I'm going to start making videos. I'm going to force myself to do it, no matter how I feel or what anyone says. I need accountability, and I think finding like-minded people to call me out on my lame excuses is what will help me. And hopefully, it helps you too along the way. So basically what I'm going to be doing is creating worlds and bringing you along for the ride. Now, this is a world that I've been messing around with since I was 16, fleshing out little things here and there. I'm going to forget a lot of the rules I've constrained myself to and just start creating, starting with this dude. For a while, I hadn't come up with a name for him. I have a long list of names that I give random characters that I come up with, but none of them seem to fit. In my brainstorming notes, I just referred to him as Beak Mask, because he wears a mask that makes him look like he has a bird's beak. So I figured that people in the world who didn't know his name, or might just refer to him in that way. So I'm just going with that. This is Beak Mask. He's mostly a merchant, but a merchant that generally gets his goods himself, making him an explorer/treasure hunter as well. He uses various means to get around, but for long distance he uses his base of operations, a huge walker that's basically a ship with legs, or a building with legs, you could say. I'm a big fan of Studio Ghibli, so obviously I've taken inspiration from Howl's Moving Castle. This, however, is not magical, at least not in the enchantment spell sense of the word. It's powered through various methods, which I've sort of figured out, but I'll explain another time. So, this guy, as the name implies, is wearing a mask. Nobody knows really what his actual face looks like, except for others of the same race. Speaking of which, that's why most call him Beak Mask, because they don't know any others of his kind. Rarely do any of them enter into the more populous towns and diverse cities that he travels to regularly. They in general are happy in their own country and don't explore into the continent much. So, Beakmask is sort of going to be my avatar in this world, in some ways. He'll be like my MatPatFace, Hella Future Me, or Sarcastic Bro avatar. So yeah, I'm uploading this, even though I don't like the result right now. Because hey, it's the first one. And actually, that's why I'm making this pretty low for upload. Heck, I even made most of this a week ago. That's a perfect illustration of exactly what I'm talking about. But I'm starting to learn that in order to make any progress towards where I want to be, I need to take the first step. Even if it's a small step, in the mud, with a sprained ankle. At least, it's a step.